So thank you, Erik and Tatum, for meeting today and just kind of giving an update on KODA. For those of you who don't know, KODA is located in the International District. We did a update earlier on 2020, and now the building is coming to completion in April-May timeframe. And so Erik and his team has taken it on to kind of come to market and come with like a new energy and kind of refresh pricing and position within the marketplace. And so that would be good to sit down with them and talk a little bit about the product and pricing and just what they have going on over there. So thank you guys for taking the time today. It's nice to have you here.
Thanks for having us, Ashley. Appreciate it.
So do you want to kind of just dive on in and kind of tell us a little bit about, the project itself, and then we can kind of get into the nitty gritty about pricing and kind of your guys' strategy with coming back on the market, kind of post-COVID. I guess we're kind of pulling out of it a little bit.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like there's optimism in the air. And I know I was just running the stats just for the first 2 weeks of the year, and I'm just blown away in terms of, the buyer activity that we've had, the just inventory numbers and stuff like that. So hopefully that's a good sign for, projects like yours, that we kind of plow right through the first quarter and second quarter of this year. And it's, we're kind of thriving and coming back to what we would consider, I guess, our normal, spring months, which would be awesome.
Yeah, we're excited because you see that the resale inventory has dropped a couple months ago. And, we're working our way through the new construction inventory, and we feel good. We also feel good about just the, price points for KODA. So maybe I'll start at, at 30,000 feet and then work my way down a little bit, and then I'll let Tatum pick up and go into even more detail. But just sort of for the folks that haven't been watching KODA from the beginning, we took it over a couple months ago. As the building gets closer to construction completion, they're almost there. They're looking to complete sometime end of April or early May, but most likely at the end of April. Tatum and I have spent quite a bit of time in the building over the last few weeks with the development team, and the units are coming along. It looks really nice. It's getting really close to being done. But just in a big picture, there's 201 units, and the building's located right at 5th and Main Street South, down, right in the Pioneer Square International District zone, just a couple blocks from the International Light Rail Station, and it's just within walking distance of everything. So A+ location, 201 units. And the great thing about KODA is I think it is going to be priced for today's market. So it should get people super excited once we finalize in detail. But sort of in a big picture, the bulk of the inventory that's going to be available at KODA is kind of, you got two main buckets. You're going to have the studio, urban one, and true one bed, one bath homes. And those are all going to, for the most part, there's some smaller, but in general, they're going to be like 450 up to 675 square feet or so. That's going to cover most of your urban. So they're not these little tiny units. There's a lot of, 550 to 650 square foot, very super livable floor plans in the studio, urban one, and one bed, one bath bucket. And that's going to represent, about 125 units out of the 200. So there's a big chunk of super affordable units. And those units are going to be priced starting in the roughly the mid 300s. So studios from the mid 300s, urban ones from just a little bit higher than that, and true ones just a little bit above that. But a big chunk of inventory, let's just call it from the mid 300s to the mid 500s. So that is just a great opportunity, I think, for people. Super livable spaces. And then the next big bucket is going to be if we call them an urban 2-bed, 1 bath. So you could be a 1-bed, 1 bath with a flex space or a second bedroom. It works as a bedroom, works as an office. But these are, 800 plus square foot units. So, averaging probably around 850 to 880 square feet. So really livable. And those are going to be homes that just, we've got really affordable pricing there, as well as the true 2-bed, 2-bath units, which go from the upper 800 square feet up to over 1,100 square feet. Mm-hmm. And this is, I think, going to get the market super excited because we've got a significant chunk of those homes starting in the low 700,000s.
Oh, wow.
So I don't think people are ready for 2-bed, 2-baths in the 700s yet, but for new construction, but that's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for people that want value.
Yeah.
We have it. So I think that's what we're excited about. Plus great amenities. I'll let Tatum dive into that. And then as far as parking, I know that's going to be a big question for people. KODA, we have a little over 70 parking stalls. So about 35% of the homes will have the opportunity to have a parking stall in the garage. And then we have storage lockers as well. So we've got, a fair amount of parking and ample storage for people that want that. So we're pretty excited about it.
And pricing on the parking?
Tatum, do we have pricing on parking yet? So we're still working through some of it, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be somewhere around the 75,000 mark.
Yeah, anywhere from 65 to 75,000.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Good. And then do you have any pricing on the storage?
I think we're looking anywhere from in the low 2s to the big ones, a little over 5.
Gotcha. Good. Okay.
Everyone's really kind of going to be seeing a little bit of a refresh on sort of just the marketing overall. So new color palette, just a little bit of a, hey, it's a new year, new homes available, and kind of new look and feel. So this is just a sneak peek of the sort of the getting started on that, and then just really for everyone to set the stage of where the location is. As Erik mentioned, we're in the ID, and we're technically in Japantown, so we're on 5th and South Main. So once again, really walkable. You can kind of see in this photo, this is the KODA here. So very close to, waterfront, very close to, there's the fire station here. So just really kind of, very close to Wajimaya, of course, downtown. And then if we were to go to look to the northeast, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump up to Capitol Hill. So it's a great location. If we kind of keep going through here, so this is a rendering of the building. As you can see, we're now almost complete, but this once again is then another rendering showing that rooftop deck. So just kind of giving, what the marketing had been, and what you're now going to be seeing in real life. So this is looking at the lobby, and what we have at KODA are about 4 floors of amenities. So this would be, rendering of first floor lobby. This is going to be the dog lounge, because being in Seattle, that's a necessity in a condo building. And then once you pop up to the 7th floor, that's where you're going to see one of the larger amenity levels. So this is going to have a conference space, more of the kind of WeWork or that sort of open workspace concept, as well as the fitness facility and the yoga studio. But one of the really, I think, kind of the shining elements of this level is the Zen garden. So of course, everyone knows, being in multifamily during, the time of COVID, outdoor space outside of your own home is really important. So they have, they sort of pre-planned for that. So it has this really beautiful Zen space on the north side of the building. And then these are just some, nice renderings of the WeWork and the fitness and just these social spaces. So just kind of clicking through here. And then this is that Zen garden on the north side of the building. So also having a really beautiful city view as well. And then we pop up to the next level, which is really a more robust level, is the 17th floor amenity, which is where you're going to have this bar and kind of game room area. There's a media room here. And then this really lovely like social lounge with a dining room, kitchen, and then of course restrooms. That's shown here. We've actually, we've been able to get up on this level in the building, and the views here are stunning. I think that's one thing people are going to be really surprised when they get into KODA, is how open it feels. I mean, there's not much around us, and really there's not much coming around us. And one of the beauties of this location, this was actually shot on Wednesday night.
Oh.
So this was taken from the rooftop deck.
Wow.
And then this also, so that was looking northwest. This is looking southwest. So I mean, you're close to King Street Station, you're close to the stadiums. So it's just one of those locations where I think it's been a little, it gets overlooked because, there hasn't been a lot of opportunities to really purchase condo in this neighborhood. So now it's here, and we're pretty excited about it. This is just a really quick look at one of those livable 1-bed, 1-bath floor plans that Erik was talking about.
Yeah, this one I really like. It has a nice corner feel to it, and
Yeah.
it's a really livable, 650 kind of where you are, nearly 700 square foot, 1-bed, 1-bath, super livable, great floor plan.
And where would this one start price wise?
These are going to be in the fives.
The fives, okay. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And so these were the renderings of, these particular 1-bed, 1-bath units. And so what we wanted to do is we had gone in to these units. And so it's this is real product. So we're looking pretty true to form from rendering to, just detailed casework of, everything that's happening. And so for me, I sort of geek out on some of this stuff where just, shaving the corner of the column and actually doing, really nice detailed casework. To me, it matters.
Yeah. The quality, I don't want to jump in on Tatum, but the quality of the workmanship is fantastic. The general contractor was PCL that's building the building, and they've done an amazing job. We went through the building in really, detail, and they are delivering a really, really nice product. I think there's a lot of attention to detail that some of the other buildings may not have. This is pretty, really nice product.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, when we walk through a building, we're looking at, little things like that, or just, where it's like, oh, there are 4 can lights, here where, a lot of times you're only going to see 2, and, you have a J box for a chandelier, and you have, outlets in the floor. I mean, there's just those little things that they really were very thoughtful about in this. So it's great. Appliance packages are, mainly Blomberg and Folger Milano. And then Kohler fixtures and faucets throughout kitchen and bathrooms. Yeah, so this.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but it looked like you had really high ceilings though too.
They're pretty high. So on average, you're going to be like standard is around 8'10", and then you are going to get higher ceiling heights as you get higher up in the building. So I think the 17th floor we're just shy of 10 feet. So yeah, they're nice high ceiling heights. Yeah. And then this is just showing up on the rooftop deck. This is taken from my phone. So one of the reasons why I wanted everyone to see this image in particular is because, everything to the west of us is historic neighborhood. So once you're kind of on the 8th floor and above looking west, you have these really beautiful protected views because, they're low rise buildings. Like that's what you're going to get. So that's another great, point about this location in this building.
Yeah, people think because we're a 17-story building, compared to some of the high rises in other areas that are, 40 stories, but there's very low buildings all around us. So even at 17 stories, you're just on top of the world there.
Yeah. Yeah. And in fact, I think I actually have a couple of, that same thing on the rooftop. Yeah, this is a shot from one of the units. And then this is actually the 8th floor unit to the west.
That's crazy. Water views and mountain
water views from the 8th floor. Exactly.
Wow. Huh. That's great. What are the floor plans on the west side of the building? Are they 1 bedrooms or 2s?
Both.
So yeah, exactly. Okay.
So I'm assuming the floor plans shift then as you kind of go up, obviously for the 2 bedrooms.
Correct.
Is there a specific 2-bedroom floor plan that you guys, really love, or you think, just like you showed that corner unit 1 bedroom, is there one that stands out to you as something that would, be kind of like the hot item, I guess, in the building?
I would say
that north corner.
The northwest or the southwest corners from pretty much floors 8 to 17. Those are going to give you, they're all 2 bedrooms, beautiful corner units with great views.
Gotcha. Nice.
They're definitely a little bit more spendy, but it's well worth it.
I mean, that's all northwest, southwest corner. I mean, that's generally how our building matrix work.
Yep.
Buildings and stuff, but that's great.
One of the things I was just going to sort of jump in and say that one of the things that we felt when we first walked the building is that, I think people either thought that the building was, fully reserved back a few years ago, or it just sort of got dropped off everybody's radar. We felt when we walked through the building, it's substantially nicer than probably what people think. I don't think people they didn't see it. They didn't see the specs in the showroom or whatever. So we really want to have people come into the building and see. So we're waiting, another week or two to construction to get a little bit further along, and the elevators are up and running, and we can make appointments with brokers or buyers and set up an appointment and take them into the building. I think that's really important for people to see the finished product.
Yeah.
So that's the plan, is to start having people reach out to the sales team. We'll schedule a time and get them in on a tour.
Great. Yeah. And as it stands right now, you guys still have reservations in place from before you guys took over, correct?
They're purchase and sale agreements.
Yep.
So they actually went to PSA.
Okay.
And so I think we have north of 60 purchase and sale agreements already in hand.
Great. Good. And then going back to the amenities, is there going to be a concierge or a doorman? How's that going to work in the lobby?
Yeah, there'll be a concierge.
Okay.
Concierge.
And I heard that CWD Group's going to be doing the management. Do you know whether the concierge is going to be 24 hours or if you think it's going to be part-time to start?
I think in the budget it's 24 hours.
Yeah.
Thanks.
24/7 concierge, I believe. I was going to say, there's also a couple of retail spaces at street level that are on either side of the lobby. The development team's going to be trying to lease those spaces out and have like a little coffee shop and that type of thing. So that's just another amenity for the unit owners as well. That'll be coming.
Nice. Great. One of the things that has come up quite often is the EV chargers for garages. And so I know that you guys would probably posed with that question too, but I'm assuming you guys are well equipped for adding the capability to the parking spots.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Good. All right. Is there anything that you think we touched on? It sounds really exciting. I can't wait to tour and kind of look at all the different floor plans, because it's nice that they're actually a little larger than what the current kind of new construction product is out there. Because you get into that 300 to 400 square foot, studios and open ones. And sometimes it's a little bit challenging for people to envision themselves until they get there, or even at all, living in homes like that. And then storage, obviously that becomes a factor in all of it too. So it's great. They're a little bit larger.
They just really feel super livable. So it's a big difference if you go into from a 350 square foot studio to some of the ones here that are, 450 to 515 square feet. They just feel substantially larger. And then the urban ones that are in the 600 square foot zone, they just feel very good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If actually just came to mind too. So is it air conditioning, forced air, heat and AC throughout the building?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Heat pump in every unit. So you've got central heat and air conditioning in every home.
Great. And then what are your dues starting out at?
Tatum, I remember they're about 80 cents a square foot.
Yeah, they're on par for kind of where everyone else is, anywhere in that 80 to 85 cents a square foot.
Nice. Okay. And I'm assuming that it would include the water, sewer, garbage, or is that metered separately? Do you know?
I think it's the same for water, sewer, garbage, and then of course, your own electricity and cable.
Good. All right. Well, thank you. I can't wait to tour. I'll probably be emailing you next week to see if we can set something up.
Yep. We'll set something up.
Yeah, and then keep me posted on any other updates that you guys have, and we'll look to kind of seeing the finished product. I think it's really exciting that you guys are taking it on and kind of giving a new spin. So the magic touch, we should say.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, Ashley.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.